Hey guys, welcome back to Clair Obscur's Plating Guide Expedition 33. And friends, there was a bit of criticism in the last videos. We are now done here in Alt Lumiere, and some have said that we forgot a few things, but things like the journal in the mansion can of course be picked up at any time. Either way, it's a room we walk past, so friends, take it easy. It's not that bad. We're doing the platinum run for the complete solution here, and we will definitely obtain all the trophies in the end. Thanks again to the community, because we're going back to the train station for a moment, and I would of course be happy if you give a thumbs up. If you're following this guide, it makes me really happy, and we will definitely get the platinum and finish the game here. So go back here to the large area where we killed the boss. And that was a tip from the community. They are always gratefully accepted. Apparently there's still a Chroma back here, and of course we'll collect it. It's not trophy relevant, but Chroma is always good. So thanks for the tip. We'll take that with us. Additionally, we'll go back to the checkpoint, and now we can use a new rope back here and follow this path all the way through. Old Lumiere again, so to speak. And there we can find another mimic, a mime, which we can deal with back here. So follow this path all the way back, the entire main path from the checkpoint, train station. And here we go all the way through and continue through here. And then we walk all the way through, friends. The path is really quite long. And thanks again for the tip. It's not trophy relevant now, but we still take a mime with us to get the outfits. I actually missed it last time. So we walk back here once more to this boss fight room, and where the big tree is with the sword in it, walk straight through here, past this guy, then climb up the wall back here, folks. And as I said, the path is quite long, and you will end up at the very end here with the mime. And you have to defeat him once more to get a beautiful Baguette outfit again. No idea what they always have with these Baguette things here. Maybe they're French developers. I really don't know. So definitely defeat the mime here once, and you get the braid as an outfit, and then we can exit the level again, friends. And then we are completely done with Alt Lumiere. It's crazy that the levels always have this kind of backtracking. I personally find it pretty crazy. In any case, we've gone through Alt Lumiere once and can now take care of some things here again, friends, which we will of course do now. So outside on the continent, we first start off, and from Alt Lumiere we first head to the small island right next to it. That's where we find the first things. So go over there, swim right next to it, and you'll find the first things that we will of course collect. Over here and on this island there's still something to get, namely here in this small camp, which is relatively in the middle. There's a Chroma story there. Yeah, I actually wanted to say color of the Lumina, but it's actually Chroma 2700. We'll take that with us. And from this island we go over here, go down here to this small island, and then afterwards to this small island here. And now we'll swim along this path, friends, and get the next nice things. So swim through here once, first onto the small island, and there's the color of the Lumina. This time I recognized it correctly. And then from here of course we continue and swim further down the river to the next island. So we've completed this part now, and then we just continue straight down and onto the next island again. And there we find a lost Gestral, which we naturally want to take with us. It is trophy relevant, so we absolutely need it, because we have to find all the Gestral. And here we find the next one, friends. I'll show it to you on the map again, but it should be clear. We are now down here on the island. And here you can definitely also take out the enemies. They also give a little something basically on the island of Deite. But we'll defeat it in the next video, where I'll also show you a cool tactic on how it works. However, you can already check the channel now if you've played a bit further. Definitely take out the enemies here. And once you've killed the enemies here, you can move on here you will also get, yes, new weapons, namely Ballet and Stalum. And of course we'll take them with us. Weapon upgrades in this case, which we definitely want. Yes, from here we continue, and now we have to swim a little bit. We want to head over to the island over there, the one in the back. And from here we have to swim all the way around the outside, make a loop, go through here, and then to this island, because there's a little mini boss here that we want to take down. He has some nice things with him. So when you arrive on the island, go in and take care of the guy here. And here you have to keep shooting at him because he's a floating enemy. And also shoot at the orbs he eventually creates. And then he should be super easy to take down. It's best to bring Monoko with you so you can get the foot here. Oh, and also the new weapon, Blodam. Yes, we'll take that with us, and then we're done with that. As previously mentioned, the enemy is extremely well concealed, making it difficult to spot. Additionally, we will proceed to collect the next item located back here, which happens to be an expedition diary. Therefore, it is absolutely essential for us to make our way to this location. Expedition Diary 43. I'm actually not entirely sure anymore, friends, if the enemy really gave a foot, but feel free to let me know in the comments. Otherwise we'll move on now. We've finished with the island and now we're heading down to the ship graveyard. And there's a music album there as far as I remember correctly. The problem is that I apparently already took the album here and don't exactly remember which album it is. I would be happy if you could write in the comments which album is available at the ship graveyard so I can add it to the chapter below. Definitely make sure to absolutely go in here and indeed grab the item that's located roughly in the middle. Take it with you once and then of course you go back out here and we can continue to the next section. Once you're done here we go all the way back, specifically all the way back up north to this small island. That's where we're going next and we'll take care of it. Everything else we can't do at this moment, or it makes more sense to handle it later at this moment in time. So swim up to the small island, go ashore there, and you'll find a merchant where you can, of course, buy outfits again. That's why you should go there and get yourself some nice things. Additionally, there's a music album here which we absolutely need for the trophy of all music albums. Once we've done that, we continue, and from this island we head over to the red area here, and that's where we want to go. And here's Bo-Wanter. The problem, friends, that I don't exactly know what's here, because somehow my save file crashed, and that's why the video couldn't be recorded. Yeah, and so I don't know what exactly the enemies here provide, but as far as I know, the enemies definitely give a foot and either a Pictos upgrade or a weapon upgrade. Feel free to write that in the comments and I'll add it to the chapter again, and then we'll all find it much better. Yeah, friends, so we've dealt with the enemies here and there's still something to collect on the island, so definitely take another look there because there's still something lying here. If we turn around here and continue walking up, there's something back there by the stone. And please write in the comments below what exactly it is. I think it's a color of Lumina. We'll definitely take that with us here. Then we'll continue and we're heading to the island down here in this area. We want to head there first and get the next items. On this island there's a special enemy that we should defeat with Monoko in the team to obtain its foot. Please also write in the comments what exactly the foot is called if you watch this video and do this part. Additionally, there's something else to collect here in the camp, and unfortunately it got messed up during my video recording. That's why I don't know what's here, but you will definitely find it. Yes, keep swimming through, friends, sorry about that. And yes, now we continue here, specifically down on the island. This is our next stop. And from there, the recording worked again. When we go on to the island here, we find a small camp. And in that camp, there's a new Pictos, namely critically defenseless. And We'll take that with us. 25% increased chance of critical hits when the opponent is defenseless. And with that, we've taken care of it. We've also explored the small island here, and now we're swimming directly across to the island, but we can't get this part just yet. And then we continue here to the next level, heading down here, and then we can continue in the next level and collect all the collectibles there as well. We should definitely do that first before we continue with the main mission. So just keep swimming down here and you'll soon arrive at the island. I checked again to see if there's anything interesting, but there isn't. So just head over here, where the next merchant is, over to the slightly larger island, and you can go inside there. There are a few enemies here that you can take out, and yes, back here at the merchant, you can of course buy some nice things. You can also fight against him here and unlock the remaining items. But once you've done that, we'll just turn around and simply follow this river here to reach the next level, which is also a bit larger. So we swim along here, and to the right on this red island, on this red beach, we need to go there, and we can enter a cave and then come through here into the falling leaves. Yes, we go in there, friends, and check all the locations again, so we go through once. When we arrive here, we quickly encounter a new NPC with whom we naturally chat about everything. The answers don't really matter at all. He doesn't give you anything if you give different answers. I've tested it thoroughly. And then we continue on here. We start from the checkpoint. We grab the first enemy because he already has some nice, tasty things for us. And we definitely want to take those with us, because if you defeat him, you immediately get some nice weapons. Once we've taken care of him, the loot drops right away, and we also get a nice foot if we do it with Monaco. And friends, once we've dealt with him, we can move on right away immediately after. You then turn around and head up to this gate door here on the right side as a bonus, and proceed without delay. And there you find a little boy whom we've met several times before. And now we go through the entire dialogue with him, and yes, he gives us a small task. We turn around, and now we don't head towards the checkpoint, but instead to the back left corner, where everything is a bit covered in wax. These are all wax figures. And here we want to go across to the other side because a small merchant is hiding back here, and we find him when we walk along here. Go in there, buy everything again, especially useful counter mimicry Q, and then you can also fight the merchant and receive something nice if you defeat the merchant, which is of course no problem for us. So we've killed the merchant, and then we can buy a new weapon here, which we take with us. So far so good, friends. We've got that done. New weapon in tow. We can then run through here, jump up the rock over there, and then jump across into the area. And there are a few more enemies there that we can take care of. And remember, once you've defeated the enemies and collected the Chroma here, you can still pull yourself up to the building up there, but unfortunately it's not possible here. You can look to the right at the building, there's another grappling hook, and you can pull yourself up there once more. Once you've done that, run back here and then continue through here, and jump down again, taking the path back. And I think if you use the grappling hook to pull yourself up there, you can get back to the start more quickly. But feel free to take the normal path back, because we have to go through here anyway, and then back towards the checkpoint, to talk to the young man. Or rather, to advance his quest. To do this, run left along the checkpoint here. You'll find a few thousand Chroma here, then go down here at the back on foe and use the magic rope, and you'll come to a somewhat hidden area here. Go down here, and once you've arrived, you'll see a small cave down there, and also the first enemy. He doesn't give anything special, so just take him out or ignore him. It doesn't really matter. But he doesn't have any significant loot, so we don't really care about him. Oh, actually he does have a big weapon with him, a weapon upgrade. So in that sense, we take him out. Yeah, it's not a big deal if we don't take him out, then there won't be an upgrade, but I don't think it's really necessary for the weapon. Otherwise, if we've taken him out, we continue straight ahead, and there we find a woman in a wax hanging completely from the ceiling. And now we just talk to her once, and you can only talk to her if you've spoken to the boy beforehand. So that's very important. If she doesn't respond to you, then you haven't spoken to the boy yet. Yes, go through all the dialogues with her, and then we first turn to the left, as there's another door to the manor house here, which we want to use as it has nice things, and we want to open all the doors. Back here, there's the music album Alicia, and we can open the next door here, yes, and then basically leave the manor house again, through the main door, which I always go through, so we don't miss any rooms. So friends, from the main door, we then come back to Falling Leaves. And here we can now go left, basically to return to the level. Actually, she shouldn't be talking to you anymore if you've already completed everything here. Now continue straight ahead, shoo. Use the grappling hook and use the rope back here to get back up to the main area. And then continue from here. When you come out, there's an enemy right there. But first climb up the rocks here by skillfully pulling yourself up. And then, once you reach the top, take out the next enemies as well. Jump down here and you're back. There's the guy. And we'll grab him. Kill the enemy here. And you'll get a nice reward again. There wasn't actually much from him, almost nothing at all, but it's important that we take a look behind the tree here and grab the SOS Swift Pictos, and then we turn around and also take the diary here, which is already glowing nicely, and we grab the Expedition Diary 35. Yes, friends, once we've collected that, a pretty strong opponent will appear here that you need to defeat. And now we go in here and fight against the three ladies. And this is a battle where you only need to shoot, friends. Just keep shooting, improve your shooting as much as you can with all your Pictos. Anything that boosts shooting is great. And try to completely take out the one in the middle first. So shoot everything you have at the one in the middle, and at the end of the turn always use healing paint to give the others enough AP again. And then keep shooting at the one in the middle. That's actually the easiest one. And once he's down, the battle becomes significantly easier. So always direct all shots at the one in the middle. Use energy paint so that the next one also has new AP and can fire all his shots again. Yes, if you do it like that, the one in the middle will be down relatively quickly, and then the game becomes significantly easier. You keep doing it like that. You just keep shooting every round, and at the end of the round, you always pass on an energy color, so that the next one can fully shoot his AP again. Or you give yourself an AP color, but that's obviously very useless. Otherwise, the game continues like this, always shooting, never just attacking normally, always shooting, friends. And then you get the Blizzon weapon, which we will of course take with us and have in our inventory. It's also quite strong. Additionally, we also get the Ballet foot, which we are happy to take as well. Also a pretty good attack, and that's why we grab it. Once we've done all that, friends, we're almost finished here. We're flying back now, back to the boy, and then we tell him about all the wonderful things that happened here, and he opens the door behind him for us. That's why it's important to go back to the boy. Before that, maybe head to the checkpoint again, because after the last boss fight, you might need to recharge. So definitely take care of that beforehand, because there's another boss coming up soon. In my opinion though, he's a bit easier than the ladies we faced earlier. So as mentioned, go up to the boy and he will open the door for you and you can pass through here. Yes, so we've helped the boy, we can go through the door at the back, and I just checked to make sure my game save hasn't been corrupted again. Well, in any case it hasn't, which is very good, and when we arrive here we can just run straight through. There's nothing to collect here for now, friends, so keep running straight ahead until you eventually come to a magical rope. Guys, you can then pull yourself up there. It's a pretty long magical rope, man, but alright. We arrive up here, and now we can pick up a journal on the left side, which is hardly to be missed. Journal of Expedition 49. So far we've taken care of that. Use the checkpoint up here, of course, to level down completely and heal yourself. And then it's time to face the next boss. And as I said, I personally didn't find him that difficult, but I'll still show you how he works. When we fight him, you basically just listen to the sound his hands make, and that way you can parry him relatively easily. What's also very good is that you can attack him normally here, as he is not a floating enemy, allowing you to deal significant damage. What's important for the fight is that at some point he brings out small orbs, and even if you can't initially target them or the target doesn't turn red, you can still shoot at these orbs, and you should also try to shoot down all the orbs as quickly as possible. Feel free to use the energy color again to increase your AP so you have more shots. But once you've shot down all these orbs, the boss becomes significantly easier, and above all, you won't take as much damage. So pretty easy. So use the energy color again to give your people AP and keep shooting until all the orbs are gone. And yes, then we do our finish and get a new weapon for it. We've got that done now, friends, and we've completely finished this level and can actually go back out and return to the continent. We've completely finished this section here, and as mentioned, we've collected everything here now. Therefore, we can go back, or of course use the checkpoint to teleport back to the continent. And it continues in the next video guide, friends. I would be happy if you tune in again, and feel free to give a thumbs up. I'm happy when many people play together with us and we can gradually collect everything. Definitely go back to the boy once you've completed everything. This is still important, because he has a music album for you until the next life. And of course we still need that in our collection. That's why we want to take it with us. And then we'll head back out to the continent. And yes, friends, we'll continue in the next video guide. So until next time, take care. Adios and ciao ciao.